Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I am going to teach you pattern matching in Scala. So I'm referring to this link you can see for pattern matching. It has a very good way to explain pattern matching, that's why I have chosen this link. As you can see, let's move to this one. Scala, it is an Scala interpreter, and if we in the Scala interpreter you write something like this, you will get this as a result of expression. The var x has been assigned to xpr. You can define your function here like this. You can see in this we are having something is expr, and then we are having a match keyword, and in the match keyword in the curly braces we are having some cases. So if you are familiar with Java switch case, it is similar thing. The difference is selector that is expr, is selector, and then we have match, and then we have alternatives. But in Java we used to have switch, then selector, and then alternatives. Also, one thing to remember, after each case in Java we need to write break statement, but here there is no need of break statement, continue or break statements. Now let's move on to what are different kinds of patterns. So first we are having is wildcard patterns. So in wildcard pattern we choose this symbol underscore, and it refers all the things that are remaining, like case binop is this, and otherwise case default you can say is this. Using a wildcard pattern, it refers to default case that is comparable to Java. Then we have constant patterns, and in constant pattern the pattern only matches itself. You can see 5, true, truth, hello, hi, nil, the empty list, something like this. Hey, one thing to notice is we are using an integer, we are using a boolean value, we are using a string, we are using a nil. This is an empty string or empty list you can say, and using default there is something like something else. If you want to run this, you can do it by this describe 5, then you can say it is of string type and 5 is the output. Here it is. That was about constant pattern. Now let's take a look at variable patterns. So in variable pattern matches any object just like a wildcard. But the difference between wildcard and variable pattern is Scala binds the variable to whatever object value is. Let's take a look at this example. Here they have imported math.e. E stands for exponential, and pi stands for 3.14, that value of circumference divided by ratio of circumference and diameter. You can see this thing, e match case pi and then case OK. If you look at the output we will get OK. Why we got OK? Because e does not matches pi. This e that is exponential, it doesn't matches pi. Where one thing to notice that is in pi, p is capital. Remember this, p should be capital, otherwise it will match. In the next example you will see that. You can say that val pi is this, and then if we do match it, we will get pi equal to 2.71. that is the value of exponential. You may be wondering why this time pi is not giving this value and giving this value, because pi is a variable pattern, it will match all the inputs, so no cases can be reached. Even in this case you can even not assigned something like the wildcard pattern, because pile will match all the cases, because you can see it is in lower cases. So that is the difference between variable and constant patterns. Here you can see if we put something like this, then we can also have a case like this. Now let's have a look at constructor patterns. So in constructor patterns, like we were matching something else, here we match constructor only. You can see binom constructor is being used and it is being matched a deep match. It will match all the elements within the constructor and the other data also. And you can also see sequence patterns. So in sequence pattern you can see we are having a list and we are matching that to another list. One thing to notice here is it is 0, then some other number, wildcard pattern as we have used, and then some other number as wildcard pattern we have used. Otherwise we can have n number of variables using this 0, comma, underscore and then star. So what does star does? It is the last element of the pattern, and in this sequence we can have any number of elements or vars, variables you can say. And then we have tuple pattern. In tuple pattern we are having this tuple and it matches with the given tuple demo or XPR expression, it matches to that expression. Here the same thing can be done with the types also. It is being described in these two sections, like we have done with tuple, we have done with constant, we have done with variables, we have done with constructors, we have done with sequence. The same thing can be applied to the type patterns, like we can have x any, it can take any type now, but in the cases we are matching it to the string, whether it is of type string or type map. So the similar thing can be done using this pattern matching. So in these two sections, type eraser and the other data we have discussed, these type things have been mentioned. And then the last thing we are having is binding, variable binding. So for variable bindings we need to have a variable name, take a look at it, and then we have @ symbol, and then we have the expression or the constructor or the sequence that we are trying our hands on, and it will give E as a output. So in the variable binding we bind E to this, E is the variable, and then we bind it to this. So that's how the variable binding is done. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the video and like this video. Thank you.